Night show. I am super happy to have you here today. So come on in and get in where you fit in, because I've always got room right around my table for you, your friends, and your frenemies. So go ahead, like, share, start a watch party, run and tell somebody that Lunch with Shay Ignites is hot on the box. I'm going to encourage you, grab your notebook and grab your pen, because I always say note takers are money makers and note takers are change makers. All right, let's get it, y'all. You got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and we almost at 1. I hope you go ahead and tag somebody and come on in. I know y'all couldn't hear me earlier because somebody told me, a little birdie said, we can't hear you. So now you guys can hear me. So I'm happy to be here again tonight with each and every one of you all around the world to just share some love and light with you. And so tonight on the Ignite show, I just wanted to come on for a few minutes and talk about how to overcome fear of success. Let's face it, many people have fear of success, and we may not call it that, but we know, okay? Right? We know. And a lot of times we are so fearful of success because we oftentimes know that when we are successful, sometimes people around us, the zeros, who are not the heroes, will try to sabotage. But guess what? We can be a zero too and sabotage ourselves by either what we do, what we don't do, what we say, and sometimes what we don't say. A simple hello can go a long way in the right circles. And so tonight, I'm just coming off of a great, magnificent weekend all the way in Kansas City. I was just so amazingly honored to be a part of the Mental Real Estate Conference. And let me tell you, there were people from all over, and they had some amazing messages. And for those of you that missed it, you missed a treat. And honey, I wish I could play it on repeat because you missed it. But there's another one coming up. So for those of you that have not seen it, this is the mental real estate. It went down like no other, September 18th. It was amazing from start to finish with the remarkable and amazingly talented and knowledgeable Dr. Michael J. Freeland, also known as DJ Dr. Mike Freeland. All right. So I wanted to just come to you tonight and let you know that this conference, it was the first of its kind, mental real estate. And what it taught so many people who were looking all over the world, because it was physical and virtual, what we learned about that all over the world was this. A lot of people have fear. Some people flew in, some people drove in, but there might have been a level of fear. And even a lot of the speakers talked about some of the challenges that they faced and some of the fears that they faced. So before we bring in my special guest, if you've ever been in fear, go ahead and put a 3, 1, 2, 3 in the comment block below if you've ever been in fear. And so with no further ado, I'm going to bring to you my amazing guest, the CEO, the creator, the writer, the author, the speaker, the doctor himself, Dr. Michael J. Freeland.
Good evening. Good evening. How are you doing, Dr. Lotus?
Hey, always doing great. So happy to have you here.
Yes.
Just amazing. You had a fantastic conference this weekend. You had a lot of amazing speakers with amazing stories, and everyone left with some golden nuggets. So I want to thank you today for coming and joining me as we talk a few minutes about overcoming fear of success. So, Dr. Mike, can you tell folks a little bit about who you are and how you enhance the frequency on the planet?
Oh, man. Before I was Dr. Michael Freeland, some people knew me as Mikey. Some people knew me as Mike, Michael, or Junior, or whatever else they decided to call me. But one thing I know is that, I had to really dig into some things in my life when I was younger. And overcoming fear of anything actually was something that happened at an early age, just because I didn't have a choice. Some of us get stuck in fear, but we don't ask to be there. Things present themselves and you find out that, just how afraid you are. And most of those things may be the opportunity to do something different. See, when we get comfortable with where we are in life, then a lot of times you're okay with not moving. See, but when you decide to make a move is where you're going to actually find some of your most resistance. But I learned that when you run into some of the most resistance is actually you're at the brink of a breakthrough, and when you can push yourself through that resistance, a lot of times people that can do that usually find success on the other side of that resistance, because it can be difficult. And I won't lie, this conference was amazing by any measure, but I'm not without my nervousness. I wasn't without my doubts. I wasn't without my fears, and all of those things crept back up. But you know what? I learned that it gave me an edge, and with that edge, for me, it was okay to say that, if I feel a certain way about this, I can continue to push through. And I knew that if I could get to the other side of this, there was something special waiting in this conference if I was able to just get through that wall. And then guess what, man? We kicked the wall down. It was amazing.
Yes, it was amazing. And, I loved it because you had so many diverse people there, and it was just phenomenal. You had men and women there, and people who had long hair, people had short hair, people had no hair at all. But most importantly, they had what people call chutzpah. They had the mental fortitude to come and share just a miraculous time. And they gave so willingly from a heart full of love to share with people, to help them really ignite and take flight in the mental real estate of their life. So I want to talk to you briefly about your book, because I think it was your book that really spawned a part of the drive of mental real estate. And you had your book, you have even the shirt that you have on, right?
Yes.
Right? And y'all get the shirts. Get I got all three of the shirts. And each of the shirt really signifies a powerful message about you, about the 30 years in music as a DJ. It also signifies the mental real estate that you were able to cultivate coming through the foibles of life. So can you kind of shine some more light on how did you go from mental real estate up here to putting it in a book?
Well, mental real estate in my mind came from, that's funny because how this all ties together is because you see the DJ Mike J logo, and around that logo, it says it's not about the music, it's about the experience. Well, see, some people may think that when I said it's about the experience, they're thinking automatically because music is on the page and music is on the shirt that I'm actually talking about the experience of the music. It does create the experience of the music. But what am I saying is that when I was talking about the experience, I'm talking about experiences in life and spirit and experiences of life. So when I say it's not just about the music, it's about the experience. It was the music that helped me create the experience within who I am and understanding what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. So when it came to translating into free your land and developing your mental real estate, music helped me to think, music helped me to grow, and music helped me to get to a place in my life where I was able to finally find a way to contribute to others. And the only way I could do that, listen, mental real estate is not possible without understanding more about who you are. See, one, and this is why this is a life application book, because what you learn is that as you contribute to yourself, eventually you find the need to and learn how to contribute to the lives of others. So I'm able to give mental real estate to other people because I've had to live it. Mental real estate is my life. Mental real estate is actually everything that I've gone through, been through, still living through. And because of that, I'm blessed to be able to now put this on a platform where people can say, look, there's not just somebody who's talking about mentalities, not somebody who's just talking about houses and things like that. We're talking about real mental real estate. And when it says free your land, you see that in big captions. It's not just the fact that my last name is Freeland, but it is a testament to when we're saying free your land, owning your mental real estate, because it always belongs to you. Whether you believe it or not, you know it now that your mental real estate has never belonged to anyone but you.
Yes, I like that very much. I like that very much. And so let's talk about coming up to the Mental Real Estate Conference. I know this was your first annual conference. I know you've helped people all around the world. You've been among kings. You've been among some of the top speakers on the planet. Always supporting them, always helping them in any way possible to help them achieve a greater level of excellence. But then this conference, your conference, how fearful were you, one, of creating the conference because it was something you had never done? And then I'd like to know how fearful were you, two, about, oh, what if speakers don't want to speak? Or what if people don't come? Or I want to kind of go into that because it's going to lead us into the third question.
Okay, great. Uh, Good question. But really, realistically, I know that when I came up with this, the first thing that pops into my head was the fact that I said, you know, what happened was I opened my mouth when I did Saturday night mix parties during the pandemic. We were all out there on Saturday nights, and I had an audience full of people, and we was all virtual, and we had a great time. And I let it out the bag. I said, you know what? Next year is going to be my 30-year anniversary as a DJ, and I got to find a way to celebrate. And I said I wanted to celebrate it, but I didn't quite know how I was going to do it. But I knew that once I put it together, I said I wanted to do this, but I didn't want this to be just about me. And how can I find a way to give back to others? How can I find a way to connect with people so it's not just a party that we're having? It's not just a celebration of 30 years, because to me, that would be a little too selfish. Even though I've earned it, it sounded a little too selfish. So what could I do to bring people together? And I said, you know what? I'm going to call some of my friends. I'm going to take the chance to call some people that I know. And the thing is, this was spiritually that I know, but I didn't know for sure if they would show up for me. But let me tell you one thing. Prayer changes things. And when I made the prayer about what I wanted, um, I made the phone calls by the way I felt led to call, and every single phone call was a response of yes. It was powerful because let me tell you what happened with one of the calls. I said, hey, look, I just want to call and see if you would love to come and be with me. I believe it was my friend Saucony Prince. I said, I just want to know if you would come be with me. Look, I'm trying to do this conference. This is what I want to do. So I spent probably 10 minutes just trying to explain myself. And by the time I was done talking, he said, Doc, I was waiting for you to quit talking just so I can tell you yes. so I mean, but all the speakers that have come, Wendell Graham, Saucony Prince, Dr. West, and Dr. West did a good job of stepping up, because we know initially that Corey Briggs, he had some shortfalls in his family. He couldn't make it, but I tell you what, everybody that came was there with the best of intentions, and they brought the house. They brought the house with them. So I was excited and really proud to be in that position.
Yes. It was quite amazing, I must say. And when you talk about Saucony Prince, another powerhouse speaker, just an excellent guy. I'm going to show a short clip. This was actually at the party after the event, and that's Saucony Prince. Just listening to the beat and the music that you brought to life for each and every one of us to celebrate after a job well done. So cheers to you, Saucony Prince. We are happy to have met you personally. You got everything lit and going and flowing with your personality and with the AI technology that that you were so graciously able to kind of see over. See, that's why we got all this wonderful video. So with that being said, big ups to Saucony Prince, and thank you so much. And so, Doc, I know that you had so many people that came from near and far, just to grace you. So when you started getting more into the event, was there a time where you were concerned maybe about ticket sales, about who was coming? Was there any fear there that made you almost say, well, you know what, maybe not, maybe I'm not going to do it?
Absolutely. I mean, the first thing I thought of is, I mean, how are you possibly going to do this in the midst of a pandemic that still looms? Yes. And the fears are still out there. Let's be transparent about that. People are still fearful with what's going on. But you know what? What I love is that people found a way to overcome their fears. Now, I was fearful at some point because what I said is that I wanted to have this event. Mm-hmm. But one thing I knew to do was take care of the provision leading up to it. So I knew to do that. And to me, that was just probably one of the smartest things I could have ever done, because if I was depending on the people to take care of the event, I wouldn't have knew how they was going to show up, if they would show up at all. And actually we've had, and the thing is, unfortunately, we've had some great people that was wanting to be there, that had the means to be there, and they just, for whatever reason, could not make it. And I wasn't sad about that, because I have to be understanding. But one of the things I told the people, that we will have enough room, enough space, and I did exactly what I said to make sure that everybody was comfortable. We had everything in place. We had all of our own protocols in place, so people didn't have a concern about being too close, or about being unclean or unsafe. We had all of those provisions made for everyone. So I'm so happy that, I was able to do this. But was the fear there? Absolutely. But one thing I can say is, man, when the doors open, I was like, uh-oh, I don't know what this is going to look like. But I tell you what, but midway through, the people kept coming in, and they kept coming in, and they kept coming in. And eventually we had a really nice audience. But not only did we have a nice audience, but we had an audience that was open and ready to receive, and they all got something.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, they did. They all got something. All the speakers, and me as one of the speakers, I know unequivocally, I got something out of it. I'm just thankful to have been on the platform and in the midst. And I thank you again for having me as one of the speakers. And so, with that being said, you talked about when you first got started and people just, they just started coming in and coming in, and you kept looking up, and here's the next person and the next person and the next person. And here's the thing that I thought was pretty darn amazing, how you open things up. You made everybody feel very, very welcome. You made people feel like this is where they wanted to be. And that's not an easy feat. And so I want to share folks with you. Here's some folks that came, some of the black belt speakers. They came to start the thing off right. And then check this out. But when it opened up, this is how it opened up. Let me see if I can get this up here for you. This is how it opened up. Watch this, folks. And immediately, Doc, you were able to make people feel right at home, very relaxed. It was just an immediate connection with you. And no one would have ever guessed that this was your first event. And then you had speakers coming to the stage that were just remarkable. And so I'm going to pull up a couple of the speakers just to name a few. And I want you to talk to us a little bit about some of these speakers, because some of these speakers also talked about some of the challenges that they face, some of the fears that they face. And I could only imagine how powerful many of their personal stories were. Tell us about this person.
You have no idea. That's the illustrious key bird, Veronica Bird, who spoke. Listen, if you see all those bags up there, guess why? Because she was the bag lady. And listen, if you was in the event and you seen the bag lady, you know that was a powerful message. And if you wasn't there, you can see this, but you have no idea the impact that she caused and created in that room, from just helping to understand the perception from being the bag lady. But man, you're going to hurt your bag lady.
Awesome.
Yes, it was great.
Yes, and then you had Mr. Ciccone. Mr. Ciccone got up there and he rocked the mic.
Yes.
And he did his thing. But here's the thing that I think we all love the most is because we got to see you in action. We got to see you really give us your golden nuggets.
Yes.
And I'm just so thankful for that. So let's talk about the MC. I want to talk about the MC for a moment because, a lot of times MC can either make or break a conference, a summit, or what have you. And, he seemed very, very jovial, right down to earth. And man, you just had the power all day, all night, when you made the decision to bring Mr. Wendell Graham up on the platform to help support this push for the mental real estate. So what made you choose to have Mr. Wendell Graham?
Me and that's my man right there. Me and Wendell Graham had an opportunity to work together just before. The matter of fact, the last event in the States that we did was the one that we did in South Carolina. We did an event down there, and Wendell Graham was the MC, and I was the DJ at the time for that event. And he came over to me, or I came over to him, and we just really exchanged pleasantries because he loved the flow of what I did, but I loved the flow of how he handled the microphone too. But we became really close friends. He's a great man, with a great vision, and I just love having an opportunity to speak with him and to talk to him. And I tell you what, seeing Wendell Graham do what he does in his element is something that's really special. And I was thankful to have him. I was thankful to have him with me. It really meant a lot to have him there. He was a super guy.
Hey,
Wendell
Wendell.
Graham, I see you. What's up, Wendell? I mean, listen, you know what? I would rock with this man anywhere. When I told people back in the day, you know, when we first got started in this mental real estate conference, he was one of the first. He was the first interview when I did meet the speakers, and I said, the baddest MC in the game. You know what? And he didn't disappoint. He showed up. He delivered. And you know what? He about sold all the merchandise I had. He had everybody out there buying books and shirts. So I appreciate you, Wendell Graham, my man.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Wendell is phenomenal with the marketing game too, because he kept going up on the prices.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
And that's the ticket. And so we got so many people streaming in. Folks, we see you. I think I even got a message from the show host herself, Miss Kim Jacobs, that popped up on the screen. I had to take it down because I didn't know, you know, she might have been saying hello. But anyway, Kim Jacobs is here. She's visiting with us. She says, so proud of you, Lotus Shea. Well, thank you so much. And I'm so proud of this man right here, Dr. Michael J. Freeland, because this helps people to overcome their fears. Because guess what? Because he has done it, you can do it too. And then we have Mr. Saponi Prince in the house. Good to see you. Yes, we are superstars, and so are you. We have Ebony Saunders. Good to see you. Eb is right there in that photo. So tell me a little bit about Ebony Saunders.
And Ebony Saunders is a woman who, with no hesitation, has got my back 100%. 100% has got my back. And I'm saying that because there was portions of the preparation for the event where it seemed that it was getting a little bit too much for me. And, you know, with one phone call, it changed the direction of which I was going to help me steer the ship right back where I needed it. And, you know, so this was going to happen no matter what, but I know that she was a valuable asset to helping to get the mental real estate conference off the ground. Not to mention that she helped prepare the food in which all of us ate up, and everybody was loving the food. So, I mean, thank you, Ebony, for everything that you've done to help add to the mental real estate conference and move forward. We'll see more better things.
Awesome. And I got to shout out Miss Kim Jacobs. Phenomenal show host, phenomenal friend. She's my sister, and she just said, "Hey, Lotus, this is a slight echo, this is some reverb. So check this out, y'all. We're gonna check our mics. Dr. Freeland, you got your mic on? You got your mic on?
Muted.
Okay, fantastic. Kim, let me know if that's better. Thank you so much. See, this is how, when you move into your purpose, when you move into what you're being called into becoming, God will put people around you to help you get to where you're going, but you have to overcome the moments of fear. Even Ayala Van Zandt talks about how she talked to fear, and she would tell fear, I know it's you. I know it's you. And basically, you know, she was like, I'm not dealing with you today. And so with that being said, I want to talk about what Miss Kim Jacobs said. She said, Michael Freeland makes people feel that way. Yes, that you are welcome, that you are loved, that you are respected, and that because he has done it, you can do it too. Because let's face it, there's not many people on the planet with Milroy's disease that suffered most of their childhood and still even into the adult life, and that continue to push forward. So because he is doing it, not just because he has, but he is doing it, let this be a light to your path that you know that you could do it too. Hey there, Nikki Hammer coming in from Chi-Town. What's going on? She said, once you overcome your fear, everything will be just fine at the other side of things. You said that. And Kim says, shooky dookie. That's right. Ebony Saunders, we see you. Argue with your equals, teach the rest. So thank you, Ebony. Yes. And that's what we should do. You you debate with your equals, but you teach the rest. And this has been a teachable event that you have created, because you have taught people that they don't have to hide behind fear, because their mental real estate will get their estate in line and in order so it can be what they want it to be. Okay. And so, hey there, Wendell, we see you. Angela Elting, she said the bag lady was powerful. Drop the unnecessary baggage. Drop the unnecessary baggage.
Yes.
And it's not what they call you, it's what you answer to. And we got Hillary Hill, Pastor Good in here. She said you held it down, taking off the IT pressure of the event. Great job and great message.
Thank you.
Melody Bird said, knew I was destined to be there despite the stumbling blocks that was thrown out. I made it phenomenal time.
Thank you.
And
Melody.
you know, if you're just tuning in, please tell us where you're streaming in from. We definitely want to know. Because you're important. And see, Melody knows how to come in the house. She's coming in from Topeka, Kansas.
Yes.
And we have Pastor Larry Pace. He says, hi, Lotus. God bless you. The more. Thank you for this broadcast. It is always a blessing to see you. I pray that God will bless Mr. Freeland with great success. Elder Larry from North Carolina, with love to all.
Amen.
See, Elder
Amen.
Larry know how to come in the house. And yes, Miss Kim, it was a blast. Ebony and Kenya gave great support. Yes, yes. And wow, we just got so many folks. Tina Ezel, hi, Tina. Great to see you. Great echo is gone. See, teamwork make the dream work.
There you go.
And she's coming in. New York in the house. Kenya Vaughn is in the house. All the messages from everyone there were powerful. Yes, sir. South Florida is in the house, of course. Mobile, Alabama is in the house.
Yes.
And so many people from all around the world. We got Pastor Hillary from Chi-Town. Just so many folks. And if I don't get to pull you up, please just take it for love. Just know that we have a lot of folks streaming in, and we want to get everybody.
Yes.
And then we've got the wonderful Maxine.
Canada.
Yeah, all the way
All the
from
way from
Canada.
Canada.
She
She
said,
came.
yes, they did. It was a phenomenal event. I'm so glad I made it to meet all of you. Beautiful people. Dr. Michael, I am so proud of you. You are an inspiration.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Yes. And she came all the way from Canada.
Yes, she did.
And-
Made
and-
quite the trip.
Yeah, she made quite the trip. And we met a few months ago in Clubhouse. Remember that, Doc?
Yes, I do.
And
remember that.
we've been talking with her ever since, and just amazing lady. She's an entrepreneur, speaker in her own right, author. She sells wonderful soaps and amazing things for the
Yes.
body. And we got to get some more soaps for the
Yeah,
body.
so y'all check out Maxine. Y'all check her out.
Yes.
She's got some phenomenal stuff.
Exactly. And hi to LaWanda Bradford. We're happy to see you here. Of course, we are so happy to see you here. And Dr. Hillary Gooden said, hey, Maxine. All right, let me make sure I try to grab a couple more folks. Pastor Dorothy Mae Ross, great to see you. The king of music will always move people and bring friend and family together. Yes, he
Amen.
will. Yes,
Thank
he
you.
will. And yes, he did. There's my friend and sister Sabeda. Dr. Sabeda, how you doing? She said, prayer changes things indeed. We have to turn our fears over to the higher power and say, Lord, I trust you to lead me where I need to be.
Amen.
Woo! She said that. Now that's a mic drop.
Yes.
And don't ever say what God isn't capable of doing.
Absolutely.
Man, wow, we got so many golden nuggets, folks. I always say note takers are money makers and note takers are change makers when we put these actions into notes. Pastor Dorothy Mae Ross said, when you can move past fear, anything can happen and will happen. And I so agree with that. And what is your thoughts on that, Dr. Freeland?
Oh man, fear, it has to get behind me, really. I mean, because here's the thing, once you have a taste, and listen, it's just like going to the restaurant and they pull out that certain thing that you can't quite get your hands to, but you know that you want it so bad. And when they get it to you, you just get that taste in your mouth. And there's something about when you get that taste, you just can't get enough of it. So success is for everyone. And this is what I love about it, is that it belongs to each one of us. And as long as you find out what your piece of that success is, go get it. No reason to fear. Listen, if anybody got an example to let you know what it's all about as far as living with fear and not having fear anymore, Milward's disease speaks to that. Every single day I have to wake up to the same condition. But guess what? Every single day I find another reason to have this mission. I got work to do out here, guys. So what I'm saying is, look, live your life. Fear, put it on the shelf. It doesn't even belong to you, so it's not yours in the first place. So pick it up, throw it out the window, and listen, let that success be your journey, because I know there's more for us out here, and we got to get it done. and there's lives that's waiting on us. You know, can you imagine how many people never realize their fullest potential because maybe you was the one that was carrying the word to help deliver them to the next level of their life, and because you was fearful of that, you never gave it to them?
Yep.
Man, what we could do to change the world just from opening our mouths. Man, I'm telling you, it's good stuff, guys.
Yeah, it just was simply amazing. And you know, you're 100% right. If we learn to really help other people, if we learn to just do the very thing that we are being called to do, rather than do the things that we just want to do because we're too fearful to do the things that God is calling us to do, we would be so much better for it. And not only will we be much better for it, we would have better lives, we would have better connections, we would have better, just all around, we would be so much better for it. And so I wanted to share something that another phenomenal speaker had shared on the platform. Well, actually, when you and I were talking,
be
Dr.
in
Rubin
Kansas City
on.
at this live event. It was great because, you know,
about
we've been in the midst of COVID,
so
and we haven't had many live events. And so I was glad that DJ Mike J, Dr. Michael Freeland from Lawrence, Kansas, he put on this event, and I just thought it was great. We had a great time. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm about to share this math lesson with you. Before I share it, I'm going to tag some people. And if you're on here, do me a favor, tell me.
And so I'm going to stop it right there, because if you were not at that meeting and you didn't hear that math lesson, might want to talk to Dr. Mike and see if the video is going to be on sale. See, I'm always coming with secret sauce. Y'all know how you know how I get down with the get down. I like to always make sure that we're seeding into people's lives. And so, hey, Shannon Mitchell, great to see you, cuz.
Hey, Shannon.
Take the word can't out of your life's equation. I love it.
Yes.
So Simone Rowe, I love that lady right there. No fear. I will go for everything. I am unstoppable. Amen.
Absolutely.
Amen. Yes. Wow. Just people, let us know where you coming in from. We got Annette Robinson. She's coming in from Paterson, New Jersey, I think. That's my cousin. What's up, cuz? Great to see you. Hey. Simone Rowe, I think she's coming in from Canada. Let us know. Let us know. Wow. And of course, tonight I'm coming in from Wichita, Kansas. He said, don't tell it, sell it. That's what I'm talking about. Right. So you will be seeing the video, I'm hoping sometime soon, where you can go ahead and buy a clip or the whole show of what went down during the event. It was amazing. The speakers were amazing. They were powerful. I mean, I cannot say enough about this. And she said, yes, I'm from Toronto, Canada. And so that's my clock. And I know we are nearing to the top of the hour as we speak. We're almost right after the hour. But I wanted to bring on Dr. Michael J. Freeland, also known as Dr. DJ, Mike DJ Freeland. That's what I call him, y'all. And just share with all of you some of the things that happened at the function this weekend. And so, Dr. Mike, as you talk to the folks and tell them about some of your upcoming events, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab some pictures that I have that people have graced me with for the event. And I'm going to share those pictures of the event and of some of the folks that were there at the event.
Absolutely. I mean, listen, guys, this is one of those things. I mean, you know, I spent a lot of time telling people that this was going to be an amazing event. I said, you don't want to miss this. And listen, it's not bragging if it's right. If it ain't bragging if it's
bragging
real.
If you done it.
If you did it, you know, it's not bragging. But here it is, guys. I did everything I knew to get some people into this event that I knew would benefit from it. And I know, and guess what? I didn't disappoint. Everybody that showed up received something. Now, there's nothing to feel bad about if you didn't make it to the event. You just probably couldn't make it. And guess what? It's okay, because you're going to get your opportunity to come to the second annual Mental Real Estate Conference. And should I let them know where I'm looking at right now? I mean, we don't have a deadlock, but I'm going to just let it out right now. But next in 2022, we're looking at taking this mental real estate conference to the world's biggest capital, Washington, D.C.
Washington, D.C.
So look, we talking about going to D.C. next year. I know my friends, my people on the East is looking forward to me coming in that direction because, listen, I said mental real estate is a perspective that is shared by everyone. Maybe you haven't realized that yet, but you will soon because we got a lot to do and a lot of work that needs to happen in the name of mental real estate because the perspective is real. And what would it mean for you to get the perspective of mental real estate in your region? Because we are coming.
Yes, I love it. And I'm so blessed and thankful. I want to send a special shout out to Miss Pastor Hillary Gooden. She graced us with some more pictures. And so I'm going to go through some of the pictures. We had the gentleman in lavender there, Dr. Freeland. Who's that?
Where we at?
Right there.
Oh, the general?
No, the gentleman in lavender, Dr. Christian.
Oh, that's my dude, Dr. Christian. Yes. Dr. Johannes Christian, a great man. Listen, if you don't know him, get to know Dr. Johannes Christian. I can't even begin. And you know what? Every time I try to talk a little bit about his story, I can't because there's only one way you're going to be able to get his story, and that's from him. Yes. So I'm looking forward to people connecting with him. Yes. He has made an impact to the likes of which people just have no idea. Yes. He's a great friend of mine. I met him down in Branson at another health and healing conference in Branson, Missouri, in which you, Dr. Lotus, was the actual MC for the whole event, and it was amazing. It was fun. So we had a great time, and meeting great people and have an opportunity to continue to network has been it's been a blast. So, yes. I mean, I'm taking advantage of all the great people I'm coming in contact with. And guess what? They're showing the love right back. So he showed up to Kansas City. We had a great time. I can't say enough about all the guests that came into the room, and really, I hate to even try to say if you missed it, you just really missed the treat because you really did. I mean, people were actually, I don't know what they expected, but what they got was not what they expected because it was not only at the top, it was over the top.
Over the top. Yes, it was.
Yes.
There were so many speakers that did a phenomenal job. But this is the picture that we want to ask you about right here. Who was that lovely lady right there?
That's my mama. And I love the picture, but that is a lot of emotion right there in that picture, guys.
And
wow.
I dare say that emotion was because of your book.
It was.
Because almost at the end of the speaking part of the event, we got a call, or Ebony got a call.
Yes.
Telling us that your book, why don't you tell us?
I got the call that my book is from a U.S. congressman, used to be the mayor of Kansas City, Emmanuel Cleaver, is putting it into action that my book will now be placed in every correctional institution in the state of Kansas and Missouri. Mental real estate is being realized in a major way. Now we're talking about rehabilitating some of our people who are incarcerated right now, giving them an opportunity to do more with their life. And that has always been a vision of mine, to help everyone. I'm of no respect of person when it comes to mental real estate and freeing your land, but what would it mean for this book to be in the hands of others in the institutions around the state of Kansas and Missouri? And we're also talking about the juvenile detention centers. I mean, they said the mental real estate it's there, guys. The proclamation is there for mental real estate to now be in the hands of the institutions, the penal institutions all around these two states in Kansas and Missouri. So I'm honored just to be able to put this in effect where people can now be touched in reaches where people find it difficult to get things through. So thank God that the work has begun, and I'm looking forward to more work to continue to be happening.
All right. And folks, go ahead and get your book today. You can go right to Amazon. It's there. There's a link for you. And actually, in the comment, the link is also there for you to go to Amazon and get your book today. And so, with that said, Dr. Freeland, I know we're coming close to time for us to jump off. Yet, I have one question remaining. You are up on the stage with a whole host of folks, and you had the opportunity to receive a wonderful gift,
yes,
from a retired United States Colonel, Dr. Margaret Fournier.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about that? And we're going to go back to where you were.
Yes, because I tell you what, Dr. Margaret Fournier is amazing. Completely caught off guard. I thought that the event was over. We was ready to, I just did awards and everybody was happy. And I was happy that people received their awards. It was amazing. And then I got surprised by trying to walk off the stage. And then I hear, hold on, don't go nowhere just yet. And the colonel walks on the stage in uniform. And I can't tell you what an honor it was, because she presented me a service coin. Not only me, but she presented me, Dr. West, Dr. Reuben West, Saucony Prince, and Wendell Graham. We all received this special coin. But what was special about it? I mean, you know what, Lotus, I need you to explain the significance of this coin, because I know I could tell it, but I think you have a good history on understanding the significance of this coin here.
Well, first and foremost, I want to say that I was humbly honored to just be in the moment, standing beside you, and you know, knowing, you know, that was one of the hard things to keep, knowing that you were going to receive it, because this coin is something that is not easily given to just anybody. What happens typically is that when people get these service coins, it usually comes from a very high-ranking officer, such as the colonel, a captain, and typically people in the military usually get those coins. Civilians typically do not get those coins. Now, here's the thing. What happened was the coin was minted.
Yes.
This coin was specially made from the creation of the colonel herself. And this coin was also presented to our former president, from what I understand, Mr. President Barack Obama.
Yes.
And also to the current president, Mr. Biden, as well as the vice president, Miss Kamala Harris. And to a fine few others around the world that have been presented this coin. It is one of a kind. You will not see it anywhere. And the only hand that you would and should ever receive it from is none other than the Colonel Dr. Margaret Love Fournier Holmes. And so it is just beyond amazing to receive a coin of that magnitude and to get the accolade. And how fitting on your day, because you as well presented a wonderful certificate, an award, if you will, to folks that were shocked. And yes. I know they were shocked because I received one of the awards. So can you tell them a bit about the award before we close?
Yes. I mean, I launched my awards at my event, first annual. And, you know, what I want people to understand is that their work matters. But more importantly, what they contribute to society has a lot to do with their mental real estate.
Right.
And what they've done and what they've built. A lot of this, if not all of this, is based on their experiences in life. So I created a mental real estate community award for people who were doing the work around their communities, but they used what they had. And a lot of times it was their stories, it was their triumphs, it was their going through that helped them get to the other side of that. And when they was able to get and receive their award, they wasn't expecting it. But I told, a good friend of mine that, look, you never know who's watching. But see, one thing we have to learn to do in our communities is pay attention to the people that are doing something that matters in our community, because these are our leaders. These are our future, leaders that help the next generation. And I know for a fact that if we can continue to do more, with one another and support one another, love one another, exemplify one another, because we won't hesitate to say anything when it comes to finding out what happened to somebody in an accident or somebody's death. In about 30 minutes, everybody would know what happened, but it's something how we want to make sure to celebrate the people that are doing great work within their communities. And that was a community award. And then I created a actual mental real estate global impact award. And that award was given to those who are creating an impact and that is being felt around the world, and not only felt, but realized. See, the visions that God has given the people that have received these awards are the visions that are actually being enacted in other places, and they're doing so much work. Look at the video. I'm trying to talk, but you're good. You're good. I'm loving it.
Hey, I'm going there next.
I told you we had a great time. Look, we had Bill Biv DeVoe there. We had In Vogue there. We had a great time, y'all. But but the impact, and that's really where it is that the impact of mental real estate is creating and causing, is setting the stage for what's going to continue to happen. I'm not looking back. I'm looking forward to what mental real estate is doing. And I know for a fact that as long as we continue to do what's right and keep our minds focused in the right place and develop these mental real estates, we can now continue to add to the lives of others. And that is the vision, always has been, with mental real estate.
Yes, I love it. Fantastic. So I'm going to try to bring up one of the awards so we can show people what the awards look like, if I'm able to. We have just so many pictures and everything like that. I mean, the award was, just amazing. So Give me 1 second. I'm going to go to the mental real estate page.
Okay.
And see if we have any of the postings right on the mental real estate page where people are receiving their awards. Let's see. Yep, got one right here. All right. So I want to show you this award, Miss Professor Christine Kozacek. Yes. She received one of the first awards.
Yes.
And it is the Mental Real Estate Global Impact Award, as Dr. Freeland had shared. And so some of us were very blessed and graced with these awards. And by no means do they come easy. You have to work.
Yes. Christina Kozacek has the Every Girl Wins institution over in other countries right now. The work is real, and it's creating a major impact and creating changes around the world, not just within the local communities that she serves, but around the world. And she has a major following and people that love her, and they support the vision behind Every Girl Wins. And that basically means no girls left behind. We're not leaving anyone behind, and everyone has value. And she does everything that she can to add value to these young and older ladies all around the world. So I'm so proud that I was able to present that award to Dr. Christine Kozacek.
Awesome. Yes. And again, Dr. Mike, I have to say, I'm humbly honored. I'm greatly appreciative. And like Shannon Mitchell said, she said that moment had me in tears. I'm proud of all the accomplishments, Dr. Michael Freeland.
Thank you. Thank you, Shannon.
Same thing with me. I was just in tears, going up to the stage. I was really caught off guard, and I'm happy to have been a part of it. So I had to bring you on the show tonight to help people understand how to overcome fear of success.
Yes.
And forge through, no matter what it looks like, no matter what it feels like, no matter what you think like, you can overcome your fear of success. Yes. And you know how I know? Because we're doing it.
We're doing it now.
We're doing it. So with no further ado, Thank you so much, Kenya. I appreciate you. With no further ado, I want to thank each and every one of you that's out there tonight, that's taking your precious time to be with us, because we're precious. And the words that we say is powerful. They are awesome and they mean something.
Yes.
And here's the thing, like my sister, Dr. Sabita says, delivering beyond exception is a winner. And each and every one of you are winners. Just know that. And so, Dr. Michael Freeland, we'd like to have your final words of wisdom for the show this evening.
Amen. Final words of wisdom for you is, what's next for you? What matters for you? What are the things and aspirations, the dreams, the goals, the visions? What are all of those things that you have? Because I can guarantee you, if you can just find one of those, you're the next one. And it's time to step up. And I say step up wholeheartedly because, listen, I don't want to be at the top by myself. I want everybody, as many as I can get, to be right there with me. I would love for all of you to join me as I continue to move through this movement of mental real estate. But even in the mental real estate, you get to learn more about yourself. You get to realize more about who you are and why you're doing what you're doing. And once you realize that, then you can find the impact that you have, that you can create and you can cause in your communities, in your cities, towns, states, and maybe even countries. Because one thing I know is that mental real estate is alive, it's moving. And every day that I move in mental real estate, I got to make sure that the intention is always real. God is the catalyst behind mental real estate, guys. I can't take credit for that. But because I know a God that has given me everything that I need to sustain mental real estate, my only job is to continue to go. So whenever I have the vision to move, that's exactly what I'm going to do. But I want to make sure that everybody has an opportunity to know what it means to own their mental real estate, because your mental real estate belongs to you. But the vision is
Okay, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
I think you can hear me now.
Okay.
Looks like I've been muted the whole time. Okay, what I'm saying is that mental real estate is going in a direction that I know that it's heading in the right direction. We want people to know that what we're doing is very serious, the work is real, and we want to continue to create and cause more for other people. It doesn't begin with me, it ends with you. Let me switch that around. It doesn't end with me, it begins with you. Because I want people to know that what we're doing matters, and mental real estate is definitely on the train. We're moving, guys. And thank you all for all your support. Thank you for this conference. Thank you for being of support for the conference. And listen, when we move, we want you to move with us just like that, okay? Because we love you and I love you. And listen, I've been blessed by this and I'm going to continue to put in the hard work, because mental real estate deserves the work that it takes to and requires to get this done. So, hey, my final words to you, have a great night. God bless you. It's been a long journey, but listen, we made it to this leg of it and we're going to go and move to the next side of it. So stay with us, because stay tuned. Mental real estate is not going anywhere. You see it now, and we're going to continue to move forward. So I can't wait, and I hope you guys can be there with me. So God bless you, and I look forward to seeing you all soon.
All right, fantastic, Dr. Mike. I so appreciate you folks. This is Dr. Lotus Shea. Please make sure you support the broadcast. You can hit me up on PayPal. You can hit me up on Cash App at Lotus Shea. You can hit me up on Zelle at lotusshea@yahoo.com, because it takes your dollars and your support to help me continue to bring wonderful people like Dr. Freeland and many others around the world to the show. It helps me to do my God-given talent, and that is to bring to you ways to help you ignite and take flight in every area of your life. And please make sure you look down below and grab that link and get his book. Grab that link and get his book. You will be happy that you got that book. And so with no further ado, again, I want to thank you, Dr. Michael J. Freeland, and every one of the speakers, everyone that came from near and far, and of course, our virtual family members that came from everywhere, our virtual audience. Thank you for joining us. And remember, the best is still yet to come. Always remember, and my words of wisdom, it's always time for you to ignite and take flight in every area of your life. And make sure you join us on the upcoming shows here at the Lotus Shea Ignite Show. News you can use, bring who you are, and also face the news so that you can face the news of your mental real estate. So talk to you soon. Take care and be blessed. Hey, and welcome back to Lotus Shea Ignite Show. I am super happy to have you here today. So come on in and get in where you fit in, because I've always got room right around my table for you, your friends, and your frenemies. So go ahead, like, share, start a watch party, run and tell somebody that Lotus Shea Ignites is hot on the box. I'm going to encourage you, grab your notebook and grab your pen, because I always say note takers are money makers and note takers are change makers.